any winners in the Nico saga? Okay. I'm going to tell you what I think. And there's a column on offthehooksports.com right now, where there will be shortly, and I would encourage you to read about it. Madden didn't win. He's going to get sued for $200,000. By the way, what year is he?
True freshman.
Okay, so he's more than willing just to sit behind his brother, which is weird to me. That shows a lack of competitive nature. I mean, I would rather go to a school where I'm going to play right away than say, "Oh, go get him, big bro. Hope we win. I will have nothing to do with it, but good luck." So Madden's not a winner. Tennessee's not a winner. They lost their starting quarterback. Now, you could argue because of the off-field issues, they'd be better off without him. And I think there's a lot to be said to that. But
you can also argue because of, as I pointed out yesterday, how much they saved in NIL. They saved $1.2 million. They're spending $1.2 million less on Joey Aguilar than Nico. They could be better because they could use that money to get a few more good players in the portal.
That's very true. Now, I'm still going to say they'd be better off with Nico than Joey Aguilar. But you like Aguilar a little bit more than me, so we'll see what happens. You also had Nico winning the Heisman last year. But so Arkansas loses. Tennessee loses. Nico and his family lose money. UCLA gets a headache because I'm telling you, Nic Iamaleava, because Deshaun Foster is not a strong coach. In case you don't know, he only got that job because you had Chip Kelly leave in the middle of the year to be an offensive coordinator again. So UCLA doesn't win. Are there any winners in this thing?
No, not at all. And I mean, like, let's not forget Deshaun Foster at last year's media day. I just have to play this. I'm sorry, Dave, but I have to go here. This guy's in over his head, and he's worse with signing Nico, because we did a segment on it last year. I'm just going to remind you guys, this is the UCLA coach now who signed Nico Iamaleava in Madden.
Oh, I don't even know.
I'm sure you guys don't know too much about UCLA, but our football program, but we're in LA. It's us and USC. We
10 more seconds.
I'm just basically excited, really.
It doesn't seem excited. It seems like he just had a sedative. What the hell was that?
That was last year at Big Ten Media Days, his first year as head coach, totally in over his head. I think inside in the inside report, we found out that they were worried about the type of impact this could have on the team, but they thought Nico was too talented of a quarterback to pass up. But I'm sitting here and saying, Dave, let's be honest here. Again, we talked about this on Monday. You covered, you were covering Tennessee, but you remember the story of Brent Schaefer and Ole Miss and how that really just tanked Ole Miss to a certain degree because the team revolted. Do you not think UCLA that went to war with Joey Aguilar in spring camp working with him is going to revolt that this guy pushed Joey Aguilar, the quarterback, that they wanted off to go get this problem quarterback and his family?
That's a great point, but I want to get back to him telling everybody that UCLA is in LA. It's in the acronym, Caleb. I mean, it's not like it's like North Dakota State. We're in North Dakota.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes no sense to me. At least Southern California, you could say, I don't know if it's in LA or San Diego, right?
Right, exactly. But yeah,
that is seriously the second worst press conference that I have ever seen as far as a presence, other than when Jerry Green forgot who hired him.
Yeah, at Oregon.
Yeah. I've told you that story, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He goes, I'm just so happy to be hired by the University of. Somebody goes, Oregon. Yeah. That is wow. I can't. Did we play that last year?
Yeah, we made jokes about it last year because we were like, it was just so like, this guy is it. Like, okay, let's. He was a running backs coach. Dave, you and I both know most of the time running backs coaches are not cut out for anything other than being recruiters, right?
Yes.
That's what they are. They're not meant to be coordinators or head coaches. There are some exceptions. He looks like a running backs coach up there on stage, the way he said that. And and I think that he's in over his head. He's desperate. He needs a splash. And I think his insecurity led him to go after Nico. And you're right. UCLA's not a winner in this. The crazy part, Dave, is they didn't have to be a loser. I think they somewhat hurt, but they actively hurt themselves the same way the Iamaleava family did, right? Like Tennessee and Arkansas, they are losers, but not by choice. Is that fair to say? They didn't hurt themselves.
Yes.
But UCLA and the Iamaleavas hurt themselves with this.
I guess UCLA gets slightly better. I don't know their quarterback situation, but that to me was the most troubling press conference that I may have ever seen in my whole life. And I've been to a lot of them.
But do they really help their quarterback situation? I mean, I'm just saying.
I don't know that they did. Derek with a great line. Deshaun Foster prefers multiple choice questions, as should be the case. And yeah, wow, that makes me feel like UCLA is an even bigger loser in this because I believe Nic Iamaleava he's been involved with big time college football, and he knows how to manipulate people. I mean, let's face it, except for his last strikeout, he got Nico a ton of money, right? I mean, so he batted what 900 or whatever it was. But how in the world is that going to work out when Nick says you've got to give my son more money or he's out of there? This also shows me a lack of. This is exactly the Derek Dooley hire, except that it was during the season when Chip Kelly left during the season, right?
He didn't leave during the season, but he left at a really, really bad time where the UCLA wasn't able to make a hire, a good hire.
I counted one time. Tennessee had 5,892 candidates they liked more than Derek Dooley. Slight exaggeration, but they got stuck with Dooley. And to some extent stuck with Pruitt, but though not to that level. This is a guy that you just got stuck with.
No, yeah, absolutely. The Dooley one was so bad because, look, I mean, you hate to bring race into it, but Kevin Sumlin and Kippy Brown were eminently more qualified candidates than Derek Dooley was in that moment. And I think it was absolutely ridiculous that they didn't hire one of them. I'm not saying Kevin Sumlin, looking back, would have been better, but isn't it fair to say in that moment, Kevin Sumlin was eminently more qualified than Derek Dooley in 2010?
Yes.
Yeah. And
he knew not to come.
Well, no. He wanted the job, actually. He was one of the ones that wanted it. The boosters wanted Derek Dooley because Derek Dooley is a trust fund baby who is trying to do his dad's job and isn't as good as it. And geez, Tennessee had a booster that was exactly like that, right?
Well, and they also, let's not forget about this. They hired him in part because he was an AD and they thought they could help him put together. They thought he could help them put together the athletic department. That's stupid. That's another job. That's like saying a guy's coming to paint your house and you say, oh, by the way, I need a new roof as well. Can you just go ahead and do that?
Yeah, you're right. You're so right. You're so right. It's like you hire your plumber, somebody does.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
I need you to do my drywall as well. I mean, it just makes.
But Dave, he had a tutelage under Nick Saban. Okay, sorry, but yeah, But yes, this UCLA is. Look, is UCLA the biggest loser out of this? Who's the biggest loser? The Iamaleavas, Tennessee, Arkansas, or UCLA?
Okay, biggest loser. I'm still gonna say. I'm going to stick on the field. I'm going to say that the biggest loser in all this was Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm totally disagreeing. I think it's UCLA. I think the Iamaleavas are going to be fine. Somebody's going to take a shot on Nico. They've got money. They don't really care. They are somewhat losers, but not much. Arkansas, this doesn't really reset their expectations that much, period. Tennessee, it does, but the extra NIL funds could make it a wash. UCLA, I mean, Dave, let's talk about this. If UCLA flames out this year and Deshaun Foster's fired, we're all going to talk about like this being a moment that wrecked them, and he'll never get a head coaching job again because this looks so bad, right? The way they went after Nico.
I'm going to go out of my way to watch Big Ten Media Days and see what he has to say about Nico because I got a feeling it's going to be very convoluted and confusing.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Well, Nico's in LA now. That's in LA County. That's in Southern California. Went to Modern Day.
Here's the address. 1800 Bruin Way. Just want you to know where we are in case any of you prospects have any interest in going and stopping by. So who are the biggest losers in the Nico deal? UCLA, UT, or
Arkansas or the Iamaleava family?
Okay, I'm going to put the Iamaleavas and then the Arkansas family. So how would you rank those?
UCLA is number 1. They're the biggest loser to me. I think Arkansas is number 2 because I think Arkansas could have sold the future under Sam Pittman with Bobby Petrino. Here's what I think Arkansas really thought they had, Dave. I think they thought they could force Sam Pittman out, promote Bobby Petrino back to offense coordinator, and have him coach Madden in a year or so.
Oh, I thought that was their plan the whole time.
Yeah, so that plan's fallen apart. The Iamaleavas are ahead of Tennessee as far as losers because I think there is an off chance that the situation makes Tennessee better this year because of the extra NIL funds. I don't even think an off chance. No, I think it will. I think I asked this question yesterday, and most people think the extra NIL funds will make Tennessee better. And I think the Iamaleavas are the third biggest loser because this is a toxic situation where intangibles if they don't ball out in college, they'll get it. Someone will take a chance on them in the NFL, but they've wrecked their draft stock.
Okay,
just from a financial perspective, they cost themselves a lot of money.
I don't think as strongly about that because I think the NFL are egotistical coaches and they think they can make something out of nothing, and also that there's a salary cap in place and a pay structure. So I'm not as concerned about that. I would not be surprised though if Nic Iamaleava went to said franchise and said, "Hey, listen, what's the rookie scales? It's like $3 million a year. Like if you're a top 5 pick or something like that."
Yes, I believe so.
It's not a lot because you want to win while a quarterback's on his rookie year, so you can spend salary cap money elsewhere. It would not surprise me if Nic Iamaleava went to a franchise in the NFL and said, "Hey, it'd be nice if you lined up some endorsement deals because otherwise I might not want to play for the Miami Dolphins or whoever it might be." That wouldn't surprise me.
No, you're right. That is very true. I mean, that's a good point. But see, that's the thing. But that would hurt them still more long term. So maybe they haven't hurt themselves the most with this, but you're saying based on this, there's future actions that you're pretty sure is going to hurt them.
Yes. No,
yeah,
absolutely.